Current temperature 31, headed to 35 in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, New York's weather station 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Winds News Time 7:34. Here comes another round of Trump tariffs. The president announcing a new list on board Air Force One, with reporters heading to New Orleans and the Super Bowl on Sunday.
We'll also be announcing steel tariffs on Monday. Monday, yeah.
What countries will those go on?
Everybody. Steel.
Including Canada and Mexico.
Yeah. Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
What about aluminum, sir?
Aluminum too.
10%?
No, 25%.
25 for aluminum.
25 for both.
Just to make it clear, you heard him, that's 25% on imported steel and aluminum. But the timing seems to be up in the air a bit.
Trump said this would be applying to all countries, but didn't make clear when the tariffs would actually go into effect. He also said that this week he plans to announce reciprocal tariffs on any country that has imposed tariffs on the U.S. So it's basically matching the duties that other countries impose on American products.
That's White House correspondent Selena Wang. We expect more specifics from the White House a little bit later on today. President Trump is talking again about his desire to relocate Palestinians from Gaza. Heading to New Orleans, the president said he'd like the U.S. to take control of Gaza for the rebuilding process. Now, Egypt has called for an emergency summit of Arab nations on the 27th, and Palestinians are returning to what's left of their homes.
As part of the ceasefire agreement, the Israeli military withdrew its forces from the Netzarim corridor, which split Gaza between the north and south. They deprived us of food and water, says Mohammed, but we are still alive.
That ceasefire is holding, but barely. In Gaza, 3 Palestinians were reportedly killed by Israeli forces for getting too close to the border with Israel.
That's correspondent Chris Livesay reporting. Vice President J.D. Vance is going to meet with Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky at the Munich Security Conference. The two will be meeting at the annual security meeting that starts next week. President Trump told reporters last week that he may meet with Zelensky in Washington. Winds News Time, 7:36.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 35% off. Plus, kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-380-9012. 800-380-9012. Again, that's 800-380-9012.
When I need it, it's there.
They cover everything.
I like the way they present it.
10 Wins.
At 92.3 FM.
Winds News Time, 7:38. Entertainment news this morning. Selena Gomez is opening up about years-old social media post by her Emilia Perez co-star, Carla Sofia Gascon. The Oscar nominee has repeatedly apologized for the anti-black, anti-immigrant remarks, which resurfaced last month. Gomez at a weekend film festival addressing the situation with her co-star.
I'm good. I'm really good. Some of the magic has disappeared, but I choose to continue to be proud of what I've done, and I'm just grateful. I live with no regrets. I would do this movie over and over again if I could.
The director of the film has revealed that he severed ties with Gascon, who has stepped back from public appearances in the film. Well, we're going to have more of this.
It's time to turn.
A little more Wicked. Wicked talking about the next chapter. Wicked for good. Focus on up in November.
Is sponsored by Shulman and Hill, New York's injury lawyers.
Go to hurtny.com.
That's hurtny.com.
Small businesses are saving big with PSEG Long Island's energy efficiency program. Just ask John Riley of Grasshoppers Comics in Williston Park.
I got nearly $16,000 in rebates to replace old lighting with LEDs and install a new heat pump. Now I'm saving 20% a year on my bill. To a small business, that's significant.
Get a free energy assessment for your business. Go to pseglyny.com/business rebates.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
From the hustle of Hunts Point to the pulse of Staten Island, we are New York's all-news station.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. It's cloudy, 31 degrees at 7:40. I'm Paul Bernane. Here's what's happening. You just shoveled out, and now there's more snow later tomorrow. AccuWeather with the details you need to know about in just a moment. Call it the Super Bowl sick-out. Offices are a bit quieter in the morning after the Eagles beat the Chiefs. Behave in the egg aisle. Some stores are now limiting purchases, and you can blame the bird flu. Ride-share drivers are losing their phones when they keep their fares to a gang that's out there targeting drivers across the city. Something you don't generally hear around Taylor Swift. The Boo Birds were out for Tay-Tay at the Super Bowl. 1010 Wins AccuWeather, mostly sunny and chilly today with just a high of 35. Latest on more snow for later tomorrow for you in just a moment. Quiz News Time 7:41. Right now it's time for traffic and transit, and here's Andre Farrow.
I'll tell you, traffic is definitely back today, except for the West Side Highway. Nobody wants to use that anymore since congestion pricing began. But let's go to Long Island first. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Big delays on the westbound LIE, right around the Seaford Oyster Bay, and then again by Glen Cove Road as you pass exit 39. But the westbound Northern State Parkway is busy from about that same area, Roslyn Road to the Queens border, and the westbound Southern, you're bumper to bumper from the Wantagh to at least the Meadowbrook. But the northbound Cross Island Parkway, very heavy, heading up towards Hempstead Turnpike and the UBS Arena. Everything westbound in Queens is super duper slow on this Super Monday as you travel westbound throughout Queens, basically from the Clearview all the way to the area of the BQE and the westbound Grand Central Parkway. You're really slow by the long-term road work by the Clearview, but bigger delays on the southbound Whitestone Expressway with that stall before you get down to City Field, all the way back to the Bronx side. It's just terrible. And the westbound side of the Bruckner and the Bronx River Parkway, very heavy, trying to get to the Alex on the Cross Bronx, and the Bruckner heading towards the Triborough. It's been a tough go of it with that disabled vehicle on the Bronx span at the Triborough. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. At least 40 minutes in at the George. Go with that West Side Highway, though, which is wide open. 40 minutes in at the Holland and Lincoln. Very heavy through Westchester County, lower Westchester coming down towards the Bronx. On the Sawmill to the Henry Hudson Parkway. On the Bronx River Parkway coming down towards Mount Vernon, and even the Hutch heading down towards the Bronx border as well. Next report at 7:51. Andre Farrow, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 7:42, and suddenly it's winter again. We had one storm over the weekend, and now we have some snow on tap for later tomorrow. Says AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg.
It's been an active pattern over the past week or two, and it's going to continue this week. Storm number 1 moves in late tomorrow in the form of snow, and it's all snow from start to finish. That finish will be by daybreak on Wednesday. We're expecting 2 to at best 4 inches around the area with lighter snow totals north of the city. The second system moves in Wednesday night. That one, though, will be a warmer system. We may start with some snow, sleet, and freezing rain, but it should go to mostly rain, especially in the city, on Long Island, and points south. And that system will move out early Thursday. There'll be one more that moves in over the weekend, and again, that one looks like it's mostly the form of rain. I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg. The 4-day forecast minutes away at New York's weather station 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
And keep it right here at 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM for the very latest on this latest snow threat. Your friends from Philly probably are not in the office today, and after the Eagles' blowout win over the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, Chiefs fans may be ditching work too, and everyone else. But Glenn Schuck managed to summon the energy on the morning after, and He joined us on what is a day off for many.
A record 22.6 million Americans will be suddenly coming down with the Super Bowl flu. Employment lawyer Mark Kluger telling 1010 Wins.
More than $6.5 billion in lost revenue for American businesses as a result of Super Bowl-related absences.
And apparently it's not just missing work. Alex tells me his high school in Jersey, well, he and a lot of his friends will be sleeping in.
For senior skip day, we do once or twice a marking period. We do a senior skip day, and the seniors chose to do it the day after the Super Bowl.
So, wait, the school's aware of this, or?
Yeah, the school's aware of it.
Oh, they are now?
No, they've always been aware of it. Our principal actually, he's not in favor for it, but, he wants us to have fun.
That kind of fun, my dad would have never let me pull that off. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM. Where is everybody? Here in Midtown.
The Philly fans, as they always do, took to the streets after their win. Philly did not resort, by the way, to its usual greasing of utility poles to keep the fans down at street level. People were quick to notice it wasn't limited to pole climbing. Overhead shots showed fans on bus shelters and garbage trucks in celebration of Philly's 40-22 victory over Kansas City. As many as 20 fans jumped on top of an ambulance in Philadelphia. One police van was reportedly destroyed in the fracas. And the Chiefs, well, they seemed invincible, unstoppable. We were waiting for a three-peat. But then Mark Ernay, something called fate, stepped in.
Yeah, you can say that again, Paul. And it looked for a while like Kansas City's bid for a three-peat would wind up with a different entry in the record book. No team's ever been shut out. But Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts and the Eagles built a 34-0 lead.
Offense was able to score points to take advantage of opportunities, just enough to put points on the board, and then defense played how they played all year.
As Philly won it 40-22, Saquon Barkley.
You dream about these moments as a little kid, and it's just amazing to have your family and friends, and especially your family, been with me through it all, the ups and the downs, and here we are, world champs.
Him for the first time and them for the second in franchise history. Mark Ernay, 1010 Win Sports on 92.3 FM.
A top aide to Mayor Adams on city sports and rec programs declared her support for President Trump's executive order banning transgender athletes in girls and women's sports. Jasmine Ray, who leads the mayor's office of sports, wellness, and recreation, tells Gothamists that she made a mistake, voicing her personal beliefs in an Instagram post, not the city's point of view. In an email, Ray said, "I take full responsibility. The mayor's office has yet to comment." City Hall is planning to clarify the announcement that city workers will allow ICE agents access to city buildings. The announcement led to an outcry from elected officials and advocates. A spokesman for the mayor says they're in the process of finalizing further guidance. The original memo said city workers could open the doors to ICE personnel if they felt threatened or they feared for the safety of others. And protesters have been having their say on this.
Despite the cold and the snow, organizer Daniel Coates said it's critical to send a clear message.
We are a city that supports immigrants. We do not need ICE in schools. We do not need ICE in hospitals.
Dr. Laura Boylan, a physician at Bellevue Hospital, spoke out against ICE making sweeps for migrants in the hospital.
We're home to America's first public hospital, and HHC proudly serves anyone who enters. I expect protection from those who threaten my patients or myself in this New York, a sanctuary state.
Other speakers said Mayor Adams was enabling President Trump's agenda so he can be pardoned for his alleged crimes. Carol DeUria, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM on Chambers Street.
Wins News Time, 7:47.
Bari Law is a unique immigration law firm because it was founded by an immigrant, Abadir Bari. Abadir understands the frustrations felt by clients when dealing with the immigration system. Abadir fled Somalia when he was 8 years old. His family received political asylum after escaping the civil war in Somalia.
Abadir Bari here. After attending law school, I turned my passion into my profession. I'm proud of my journey. I'm a former immigrant who became an immigration attorney. I'm thankful to have helped countless clients gain legal status. If you have any immigration issue, call Bari Law first at 646-894-5900.
The attorneys at Bari Law are experienced in handling all types of immigration cases. Bari Law can help you file for your green card or citizenship. Call Bari Law first at 646-894-5900.